Hey, you guys, this is Karie Johnson with Life Network and Ben Greenfield Life, and I am so excited. We are here at the Health Optimization Summit in London, England. We are sitting down with the top wellness leaders, biohackers, longevity experts, and we're going to go deep as in 15-minute conversations as fast as we can to learn why they do what they do, the top products and innovations on the market. So let's do it. 15 minutes, hot takes, let's go. Welcome back, Health Optimization Summit London edition. We are so excited to be here right now. We have Sophie with Hifas de Terra, and I'm so excited to dive into functional mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms, all of the things, because it is a hot topic. But Hifas de Terra has been around for 24 years?
26.
26, yes.
26.
And Sophie, please tell me, so your background, what brought you to work with Hifas de Terra? Tell me the things.
So they invited me to head up their education in
Amazing.
the UK and Ireland, and I also work with them globally because I'm an independent medical herbalist and a naturopath. And I started working with functional mushrooms 15 years ago, and I've seen how good quality extracts can really support people in my clinic.
Right.
And I wanted to work with the best brand. So it was a dream come true when they asked me to head up their education.
Because like you said, it's a hot topic. A lot of people are like, I dabble in some functional mushrooms, or I've heard about the benefits of it, but this company's been around for 26 years. So for the person who's like a very beginner, and say they do have maybe some gut issues and they've heard that it could help that. What is your typical remedy for that?
So the most important thing, because the functional mushroom marketplace has exploded right now, is you need to know what to look for on the label. It has to be certified organic.
Okay.
Because mushrooms are like sponges.
Yes.
They're natural chelators. So that lovely mushroom could pick up some toxic pollutants, runoff,
everything
heavy metals,
nasty that you don't want.
So you don't want to add that to an unhealthy gut.
Very true. Good point.
So you need to find an MOG product, which you need to avoid an MOG product. So with a mushroom not grown on grain.
Yes.
So you don't want to be feeding the bad bacteria in the gut. So the most famous, most well-known mushroom for gut dysbiosis is lion's mane or Hericium erinaceus.
Yes. Okay.
So we would go in with lion's mane in most instances.
Gotcha.
You can get it in powdered form where you're going to get more prebiotic to feed that good bacteria in the gut.
Okay.
And then you can also get it in concentrated extract form.
Wow.
So you get more therapeutic value that way. And lion's mane has antimicrobial qualities as well.
Wow.
So there's loads of science on how it can have an antimicrobial effect against things like H. pylori.
Oh, true. Oh, that's, because that does a nasty kind of gut infection.
Yeah, if there's an overgrowth of H. pylori, you can get a lot of health challenges. So it's about keeping it in check, keeping the levels in check.
And I know a lot of people who do deal with like detoxes of like H. pylori or candida or anything like that, like they can get the, Herxheimer's reaction where they die off.
Exactly.
Does this help kind of like mitigate that in a way?
So I'm really glad you brought that up, because when I'm working with a client or speaking to someone, I say go slowly. So number one, choose a good quality product, a clean organic product, and then introduce it slowly.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I'm glad you brought up candida as well, because there's a lot of talk about whether functional mushrooms can be used with things like candida. They can, because shiitake, for instance, has antifungal qualities.
That makes sense.
But it can't be any shiitake. It has to, again, be a certified organic GMP shiitake, and then you can go in safely.
Got you. Okay. So for somebody who does say, have a gut issue and they're like, where do I even start? Do they go to your website? What do you recommend them doing?
Absolutely. So we have so much information on the website. And we also have a health email biomedical support team.
Oh,
so
wow.
if it's a complex case, you can email in. And we will advise you. We also have studies with lion's mane and reishi for SIBO, which affects a lot of people.
Well.
So there's a lot of help that we will offer, and we're constantly training practitioners.
Yeah, because it's like you said, it's kind of new, but then there's a lot of practitioners who do not incorporate that into it. Maybe they're just weren't knowledgeable of it, and so they're not recommending it, but it seems like a no-brainer, to be honest, to add that in.
It does, and it's so good to see more GPs, more functional medicine practitioners, more nutritionists working with medicinal mushrooms, because really they can support so many different health challenges, immune support, emotional resilience, gut health, as you said, even fertility.
Fertility as well.
It's huge.
Okay, how so?
It's huge. So there's three mushrooms actually I turn to a lot in my clinic when people are suffering from fertility challenges. Number one is cordyceps.
Okay.
So we work with a strain called Cordyceps sinensis, CS4, and there's a lot of research out there how it can help with implantation. It can also help nourish the kidneys. It can nourish the reproductive organs.
Oh my gosh.
Increases cellular oxygenation in the body.
Okay.
So actually cordyceps became an endangered species because it was used in traditional times for
because they
libido.
knew that. Oh my gosh.
For libido,
That's
for
so cool.
stamina, for endurance. So it's one of my favorite mushrooms to work with.
It became endangered, but no longer, is it back off the endangered species
so
list? Or?
It's still on the endangered species list. So again, you have to work with a strain that isn't, or a company that has all the safety, sustainable, ethical profiles.
Okay.
So cordyceps is great for men and women.
Okay, because libido as well,
libido,
performance.
even increasing sperm motility in men and sperm count. There's like over 2,000 studies on cordyceps.
Gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, is this good? Kids as well? Like what mushrooms for kids?
I wouldn't work with cordyceps in children. That's the one I wouldn't work with, but there's many you can work with safely as long as there's no pre-existing mushroom allergy.
Got you. Yes.
So we have 2 pediatric formulas, syrups for children.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dr. GB, which stands for gut and brain.
Okay.
So reishi and lion's mane.
Oh,
so neat. Very, very good.
And it's a syrup.
It's a syrup.
So they don't have to have anything like nasty or a pill or a chewable.
Nothing like that, and it's done by body weight, so it's really specific to the child's weight.
Okay, great. Perfect.
So that will calm the child. It will help with anxiety, stress, frustration, sleep. That's the reishi, the Ganoderma lucidum, getting to work alongside the lion's mane. So reishi and lion's mane pair beautifully. So you're getting the gut and brain
that's
support,
amazing.
the neurocognitive development support. So that's a really popular syrup.
I would imagine, especially today's day and age, because children, unfortunately, we have technology and all these things like the stimulus, and they are more anxious as a whole, unfortunately, and just to kind of have that calm, but then also have that function for the brain too and development. So that's powerful.
And then the other formula we have is called Dr. Immune 5, which is 5 mushrooms. We have an adult version as well.
Way.
Yeah, and that is for children who are suffering from constant repeat coughs, colds, flus, infections, even allergies, an overactive immune system, because all mushrooms are immune modulators. So they're going to balance the immune system. They're going to restore it. They're going to nourish it.
Yes, without having to take, all of the extra pills or side effect things that you would take, or antibiotics or.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, there's a lot of science behind the 5 mushrooms in that formula, and that's why we also have an adult formula.
So cool. And that was called Dr. what?
Dr. Immune 5.
Dr. Immune 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about, elderly, what do you have for somebody like that?
So we have something quite unique. Because sometimes I find with my clients in their 70s, their saliva glands dry up, so it can be harder to take capsules. So we have a formula called Hifas lentinin, which is where we've taken a molecule of shiitake lentinin and we've put it in pure water. So the elderly who struggle with capsules can literally do a dropper, so like 20 drops to help support the immune system. So that's a really great alternative. But then we do have the adult capsules, so those elderly can still stay nourished, fortified with the concentrated extracts.
That's good.
Which is for anyone 14 years and above.
Got you. Okay. And it's a dropper tube, because a lot of times some people, even regular, adult, they just don't like to take the capsules, things like that. So that's super helpful.
Yeah.
But then their immune system is often a lot lowered, so this is a way to kind of boost that, so they're not catching every single cold around too. Oh, good. Okay. And then other than that, any other top sellers or things that...
I mean, Hifas de Terra are constantly innovating.
I'm sure.
This year alone, we brought out an intimate health, female health range of 3 products.
Okay.
So this really helps with the vaginal microbiota.
Oh, wow.
So we have a gel
That's powerful.
to support and soothe. We have an oral capsule to help from a preventative perspective for people who
Right.
get a lot of UTIs.
Yes.
And then we even have 2 mushrooms alongside probiotics in another capsule
Oh.
for things like the human papillomavirus.
True. Okay.
So that
Oh,
launched
that's without
this
having to do
year.
like a shot for it or anything like that. So yeah, you don't need to do
launched
that.
this year. We did a preliminary trial on
Wow.
that, which was really exciting. And again, if you go on our website, you can request all of the research.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we are always adding to our functionals range, which is basically the mushrooms alongside botanicals.
Okay.
Because they harmonize really well. So
Yeah.
we brought out a product called Hifas Vitality this year.
Oh, neat.
We brought out a product called Hifas Neuro. So there's always innovation.
Innovation is always happening. Like you said, you've been around for 26 years, so the company has, and so they're constantly just learning and innovating with people's needs too, and just in the
Absolutely.
daily environment that we're in nowadays too, because we're up against different things than people were 26 years ago.
100%.
So, well, it sounds like an incredible company. Tell people where to like find you and follow and purchase and all the things.
Sure. So the website is hifasdeterra.com
Okay.
or .co.uk.
Okay.
And the Instagram is Hifas de Terra. So that's HIFASDATERRA UK.
Good job. I'm sure because people probably get that wrong.
Yeah.
And then can they purchase it? Is it worldwide or certain areas restricted?
So we're very well positioned
Okay.
in Europe,
Okay.
UK, Middle East,
Yes.
and we are entering the US.
Exciting.
So you
Good.
can get us on things like FAIR. You
Yes.
can also get us on things like the Natural Dispensary and Rita Nutrition.
Okay, good to know. Yes, we'll make sure that, well, I love that you have the education behind it too. And then you have a team to kind of help you if you do have like more complex issue to kind of get some advice too. That's super
Absolutely.
helpful instead of just somebody just purchasing off the site. Like, but it's good to have that advice and help. So, oh, good. Well, Sophie, thank you so much. We love to wrap up every single question with, so every single thing that we're doing here at Health Optimization Summit is all about adding, more years to our life.
Yes.
But for you specifically, is there any, words of wisdom or truth or that goes beyond just supplements that we take or just like a hope that you love to instill on people?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as a herbalist and a naturopath, the more time you can spend in nature and listen to your gut, listen to your intuition,
Yes, that's right.
particularly we as females, we can really tune in.
So true.
So follow your gut.
I love that. Oh, thank you so much for coming, and we'll make sure to link everything. And London, stay tuned. We have some more voices coming.